This is the forecast for those born under the sign of the Tiger for the year 2019. Now, the year 2019 is the year of the Earth Pig. The pig actually combines with the tiger. So in many ways, the tiger is one of the best animal signs for the year. But when we say good in what way? Well, there are 3 auspicious stars that shine on your Destiny Palace this year. Let's talk about these 3. The first one is called the Moon, one of my favorites, and the second one is called the National Treasure, and the third is called the Grand Duke combination. Now, the 3 of these have its own unique strengths and abilities. But what you need to do is first learn, become aware of what they're good for in this particular year, and more importantly, learn how to activate these stars. Activate means perform some of the activities or action that help you, bring forth the positive outcome from these stars. Now, let's talk about the first one. The first one is the Moon. The Moon represents the ability to learn. It's the mastermind of money. It has entrepreneurial business acumen. So if you think about it, since almost the end of 2019, for most people, not all, but for most people born under the influence of the Tiger sign, you already thought about, ways, or maybe you want to start your own business, maybe you're thinking about new plans, new ideas, because that's what the Moon does. The Moon likes to think about new ways to make money, to find ways to add value. So if you're thinking about starting a business, well, this might be a good year for you to do so because ideas keep coming, okay? All you need to do is match the idea with the corresponding activity to turn it into reality. Now let's look at the other 2 positive stars, shall we? The other one is called National Treasure. Now, National Treasure is actually a star that represents 2 things. Number 1, a rise in ranking. Number 2, increase in income. Now, I know what you're thinking, hey, I got this star, I'm going to get promoted and get more money. Not necessarily so. What this star basically means is you first take on new responsibility, because National Treasure is a star that represents the seal of power. Now, power comes with responsibility, as you know, right? So which means you have to do something to solve a problem, therefore you're given this power, and as a result of that, you will increase your income and or intake in 2019. Now, this star is actually good for those who are working for other people, because obviously this is a responsibility or title and a position given by those with authority, okay? So with the Moon, start your own business. With this, you can actually increase your income. So it's actually good for both business people and professionals. And the last one of my favorite stars is called the Duke combination. Duke combination because the Tiger and Pig is actually a combination when it comes to parts of astrology. What this actually means is it allows you to connect with people with authority and power, because the Pig is the Tai Sui, the Grand Duke, which means people in charge, people with authority. So if you're seeking for approval, you're seeking for a permit, you're seeking for a specific license or a sponsorship or a certain type of work that you want. Now, if you work hard on it with the Duke combination, that's very likely you can get this. So my recommendation for 2019 for those born under the sign of the Tiger is find the right partnership. Start one, okay? Now, don't think of forever and ever, okay? A lot of people think, oh, you're somebody, compatible with me. Listen, we're not looking for compatibility, we're looking for competency. So find someone competent, work together with them for 1 year, achieve your goals together. And did I mention this? You gotta have a goal, right? If you don't have a goal, you don't have a purpose, you're trying to find the easiest and laziest way out, none of these stars will work for you. Remember, good stars support good activities. If you want to benefit from these stars, then by all means, do something in this direction in order to gain the maximum benefit. Now, when it comes to negative stars, there's several that you need to take note. The primary one that you need to take note of is called the heavenly wall. Now, the heavenly wall, it's like an invisible force that holds people back, okay? Usually manifested inside your mind. So you will find that in 2019, although you might have a lot of ideas given by the Moon, and then you have a lot of potential partnerships because of the Duke combination, and of course there's a potential for you to take on a new responsibility because of the National Treasure, but the heavenly wall will cause you to think that you're not good enough, you're insufficient, you need to learn more, you need to learn an MBA, you need to study new things, you need to get qualified, and all this shit that you invisibly create inside your mind that says that you're not enough. So heavenly wall is usually manifested as severe limiting beliefs. Now, some people are good at conquering their limiting beliefs, some people are not so good at eradicating their limiting beliefs. So this is something that you should be aware of, because awareness is the first key towards change. Now, the second negative star is called the hoax spirit. Hoax spirit basically indicates that, in 2018, you could have done something to somebody accidentally and you're not aware of it, and in this time, in 2019, they're going to come back and say, hey, pay back, right? Or, you need to pay me back, you did something to me. some pissed off people are trying to look for you. You know what, if you need to go through this, I would say, you know, apologize, settle the problem and move forward, not delay this, because hook spirit is something that hooks onto you and it can drag on for long periods of time. And next is piercing rope. Piercing rope is like rope that, you know, ties around your neck, so basically indicates a lot of stress. So I don't think this is a big problem. You know, it depends on your stress threshold. You know, a lot of strawberry generation these days take a little bit of pressure, then they fall sick, okay? But some people who can take hardship, can take pressure, if your stress tolerance is high, you're going to get a lot of benefit in 2019. If your stress tolerance is low, then you're going to get sick and not prosper, okay? So take it as a challenge, move your stress tolerance higher this year. And finally, Death God. Now, Death God is a star not relating to death. It really means forgetfulness, okay? So in 2019, well, you have a lot of things to do. Maybe you forget some important things. As long as you don't forget your spouse's birthday and important dates, I think you should be all right. But here's what I suggest you do. Write down important things. You know, nowadays you have, you know, your smartphone can remind you of important activities you need to do. But Death God does mean that you're a little bit forgetful. So make use of technology today to ensure that you don't fall under the trap of the Death God. Okay, let's look at details, shall we? Now, do print out your entire parter chart following the link that you see on your screen right now. So when you print out your destiny chart, you key in your day, your month, and your year, and your time of birth, you get the full chart. And if the tiger appears on your year, this means that amongst your network this year, that you see a lot of improvements, a lot of expansion, because the year column actually represents friends and social circle. It also represents your industry. With the Duke combination, you're going to be able to get the right contacts that can help you move forward. Now, of course, this favors extroverts, right? If you're an introvert, you're obviously going to make use of the Grand Duke combination, and that will be such a way. So I would think, at least for this year, pretend you're more extrovert. Go out and talk to people, make that connection, and do some new studies and research, because the moon actually helps you find new information and new knowledge, okay, if it's in the year column. Now, if it's in the month, you're born in the month of the tiger, which means you're born somewhere between February 4th to about March 6th, plus minus around these dates. You're born in the month of the tiger. Now, this means in your career, that means you have an opportunity to expand to a new market, and or find new partnerships, new co-founders, and or new ideas, new product, new services. All this comes from the help of the moon, and increase your income, because National Treasure is a wealth star, and we love to see this in the wealth palace, which is the month of birth, okay? Now, if you have the month above the tiger, this is your opportunity to make that change, to move forward, to, you know, make some progress in your career. If you're thinking about stepping up to start your own business, well, this is a good year for you. If you're thinking about finding a co-founder to do the startup, well, this is also a good year for you. Don't wait to a bad year, then start, right? If you have the opportunity, by all means begin. You see, people are afraid of hard work and failures. Even with all these good stars, it doesn't mean you won't fail. It's just that even if you fail, there'll be support to help you get back up quickly and move forward. Okay, so good stars doesn't mean no fail. Good stars means you can still move forward despite of failure, and you'll find that there are a lot of people in your life and the situation and circumstances is favorable for you to do that thing related to your career. That is if you have the tiger in your month of birth. If you don't have the tiger in the month of birth, then maybe you need to reconsider, okay? So how about the tiger in your day pillar? Now again, to see whether it's in the day pillar, you need to print your chart. So go to the link that you see on your screen or at the comment section below, so that you can access the software and print your chart. Now, if the tiger is in the day pillar, it does indicate that in terms of relationship, there might be a little bit of a problem, because the piercing rope actually indicates stress and, you know, a lot of pressure, and it might come from the spouse, you know, or relationship. So if you're a single, then this year you might go through some arguments and disputes, but not to worry. Focus a little bit more on career, and the less you focus on trying to fix that relationship, the better it will become. The more you try to fix it, the tighter that rope will become. Okay, so that is the trick to overcome this problem. And finally, if the tiger is in the hour pillar like this, the hour pillar represents your investments, your ambition. It represents investment opportunities. So with the National Treasure, all right, go for long-term investments, go for blue chip, go for value investments, go look for the right deals, study the companies, the people who run the companies, and with an economy like this, there might be some undervalued companies that is suitable for you to actually, you know, acquire and or invest in, okay? So the opportunities are there, the stars are great, so it looks good for you, but you gotta take that action. So overall, I think those born with the tiger sign, it's one of the more favorable animal signs for 2019. That's a lot of positive opportunities to look forward to. Remember, take a step forward, take action, because you know, in good years, you gotta move forward. In negative years, stay put or move backwards, okay? So if you do nothing, you're not gonna benefit from all these positive stars. So go ahead, take action. And if you enjoyed this video, please click on the share button and share this with your friends. And if you wanna learn more, see the link on your screen right now or below in the comment section. Click on that link and it will lead you to the Thriver's Guide for 2019. It's a full report for the entire year for all the 12 animal signs. You want to download this report, all the details in there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Joey Yap, and here's wishing you a fantastic, prosperous and healthy 2019.